So like I was saying, Virgo, we ain't got time for that. Like, I feel like you're saying, Virgo, I don't want to be around these bitches like that. Fucking slipping period in my cake and shit, trying to give me shit that I can't see that they putting something in it. Like real Seven of Swords energy. Like they trying to keep me faithful to them. They trying to keep me bound to them. And you know, I'm on my shit right now. I'm in my bag right now. I'm not thinking straight, baby. I'm not gonna lie to you. So let's talk about. I remember the fated life versus destiny life. It's like I feel so far away from you, even though I feel so close to you. Like I can't. Everything about my inspirations in my everyday life very far and in between, but they always got something to do with you. Okay, so let's give Virgo some. Oop, that wanted to flip over. Five of Swords and Three of Swords. Fated life versus destiny life. Like it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. What's on the bottom? King of Swords in reverse. Damn. You was really fucking up, Virgo. Or your person was. That ain't cool, man. That's tyranny energy. So that's why the Emperor is in reverse. You broke DF's heart. But they handled it in such a Rico Suave savage way. It's like, yeah, I want to fuck my person, man. Yo, like, I really love you. Like, it took for you to just really put your foot down and set them boundaries. It's like, yo, I'm going to marry you. I'm going to marry you. Like, I promise you, I'm going to marry you. Like, you don't judge a book by its cover. I'm just in a very, like, you don't know the battles I'm fighting right now. You don't know that. You don't know what I got to put up with right now. Like, be patient. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I asked you for space because I respect you enough not to involve you in my fuck shit. Like, deal with it. But I was on some shit. Like, I was, like, mentally abusing you. Like, I ignored you. I wouldn't talk to you. I didn't talk nasty to you, but I wouldn't talk to you at all. Like, I killed you a lot with military silence. That wasn't cool. You dig what I'm saying? Or if I said something to you, it might be it had some undertone of condescendence with it with the Five of Swords. And the Three of Swords, like I rejected you. Like I really did just go a different way. Like the fated life, I followed my south node and you following your north node. And it's like all that shit is just applied way too much pressure to me. I just didn't want to handle that shit. Like I just did. It's like, look, I know you love me. You'll be back. I just believe that. I just believe it because I know in my higher self, when I pull myself out of all this shit, I might have to like eat ice cream off your ass a little bit, but you gonna like that shit because you want to be with me. You do. Like, I'm arrogant, but I could back it up with truth. It's not foolery. I may be acting like an asshole right now, but that's because I'm in a hurtful space. You know that. This could be you, Virgo, or Virgo, somebody's talking to you like that. You ain't done with me. You love me. Like, I'm dead the fuck serious. You gotta stop playing like that. Like, don't do that to your person, Virgo. Don't talk down to him like that. Like that. You can't little boy your person like that. You can't do that. Now on eccentric RockStar'Seed, eccentric. All right, what else? What else? All right. What was you saying? You love me? Like, tell me again you love me. Like, yeah, I do. Like, I don't got nothing to lose now because you ain't talking to me. Yeah, I love you. Like, I fucking love you. Like, I still get massive erections. Like, these bitches don't get it like that from me if I don't think about you like that. Like, I gotta take something. Like, I be on some other shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I gotta drink a lot. I might gotta blaze a little bit. And it's still, like, it gets soft in, like, 5 minutes. Like, I'm not embarrassed to say that shit. It's just, I'm not attracted to them like that. I like them. They look good. But I'm really in love with you. Like, I don't want nobody to have you. Like, I want to be with you. But I don't think I'm good enough. Like, you can't really live the life that you want without no money. You can't live the life that you want when you got negativity following you around. I don't want to involve you in my fuck shit. I do respect you. So I may have showed up like somebody who's not a vibrational match for you, but I fuck with you. Like, I fuck with you hard. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be with me. You're not gonna tell me no. Cause you know how I am. When I wasn't in my highest of vibration, we still was with each other. You still love me. You still could see past all my bullshit. Like, you saw that shit. And you fuck with me anyway. So imagine if when I really got my shit together. Like, you gonna climax just looking at me. I know that about you, because I do that to you. You don't get my telepathic messages? Like, I'm always, like, trying to make you masturbate to me. So you don't go with nobody else. Like, you dare not give my shit away, man. You better not. I don't care where you go. Virgo, why you got me talking like that? Oh, the diabolical Joker is not here, but you want some shit. Like, why? Like, you ain't gotta be the fucking hangman to be diabolical, apparently, because you the goddamn emperor and the king of swords in reverse. You're a whole fucking monster. Like, you're a savage. You can't be doing that. You can't do that to my collective, Virgo. The magician. That's more Virgo energy. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like, I told you, I don't stand up for nobody but you. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. And what's on the bottom? 4 waters. Like, I be so fucking bored. Like, I be so bored. It's so apathetic. Like, I don't love nobody but you. And what wears me out about it is I don't even go for people like you. But you got a whole, it's something about you. I thought you was doing, like, witchcraft on me. It turns out all these side bitches, all my hoes, they got all the fucking manipulation. I found candles in the closet. I found, like, the Ouija board. I found all kinds of shit. I found some of my items. Like, I couldn't find, like, my underwear one time. I couldn't find my brush one time. All the while, they got some shit in their closet in a box somewhere. Like, weirdo shit like that. Like, you won't believe some of the shit these people be doing that keep me faithful to them. But they don't know that. I mean, they do. That's why they do that. I called your name when I was fucking somebody one time. I did. Don't judge me. I called your name a lot too. Like, I was so in the moment, I forgot where I was at. This motherfucker ain't say nothing. And they climax too. I mean, I'm that bull though. Like, I'm that bull. Like, you know that about me. You know that about me. Like, I can't look. Do we have to talk about this, DF? Like, I'm that bull. I'm that person. They dare not climax. They want me to fuck with them again. Like, they validate me. Yo, what's this? That's the moon in reverse. Like, ain't no secret no more. I don't have nothing to lose no more. You wanna leave me? I can understand you not talking to me for a while. I mean, I did ask for space, but I ain't mean it. Like, I'm serious. Like, you better answer the phone, DF. Like, you better call me back. Like, you better do something, okay, before I snap. Damn, DF. What you gonna do? I'm getting the fuck away from your ass so you can stop asking me what the fuck I'm gonna do. Okay? Like, I ain't to be played with. Like, you know me, I'm diabolical like that. I snap. Like, alright, you don't want to speak to me. I get real stubborn. I won't speak to you neither. But I'ma cry though. I'm not go to bed at night. Like, I be crying because I don't like not climaxing with you. Like, it's fun when we do it together. Like, it's super fun when we do that shit. Like, you know that too. Like, you be drawing sometimes. Like, you gonna have me on some Beanie Siegel shit. Yo, what that mean? What that mean, Virgo? Like, what you mean you gonna be on some Beanie Siegel shit? Like, you gonna have me reciting, like, you, what's your life like? Mine's is real. Everything's signed and sealed. Like, we not about to play these games. Like, separation. He feeling the effects of that separation, Virgo, or you are time apart from your partners on the horizon. You have to understand though, like, absence make the heart grow fonder and all that, and that's cool. Like, what's on the bottom? Attraction. You see how she's smelling those flowers? You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. That's you, divine feminine. Okay, that is you, and that energy. That's why you got that money coming in. But time apart is on you. Like, look how she laying, like, stretched out in the bed. Like, told you that masturbation. He coming in heavy on that telepathic tip. Like, he want you to think of him. Like, he's coming at you so aggressive. You got the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Page of Cups. Like, he's coming. Like, I'm sorry, Knight of Swords. I didn't mean to say the Page of Cups. The Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Five of Swords. Five of Wands. He cannot tolerate what he dished out. It's getting real. Like, he might have thought you was going to call him in a couple days or reach out. Hey, sending you love. Some kind of positive affirmation. Some kind of like scripture or something. He really assumed you was about that light. Like, you are. But you the Empress. Like, when you know who you are and you know what you're supposed to be doing. If you were deliberately sent from the Most High. Let's put it that way. You're sent from the Most High. What? You're not going to chase him when you know he's in that lower frequency. He may feel rejected. He may feel disrespected. Both of y'all may feel like it's over. But both of y'all don't want it to be over. And that's all the manifestation with the Magician card. Where I see it somewhere. With the Magician card here. Where did I put it at? Both of y'all, with your thoughts and the Magician card here, y'all gonna go right back to each other in a way, like, but not, you're not gonna come back the same. You're gonna come back in a higher frequency. I got two feathers here. I don't know why I picked two feathers today. You know how I am about my feathers, but they so sexy, but they also seductive. Like, I see the art of seduction when I deal with feathers because they are such an act of foreplay. They're a form of foreplay. You dig what I'm saying? So you could have done a lot of intimate things that don't include sex with your person. And that really blew their mind. It turns them on. It makes them want to be with you. It's like you're a good mother figure to them. And you have to realize we as women, we are the womb that borns these men. So what does that mean? When I'm speaking to the women, I'm talking about it's not the mother, the person who actually gave birth to them. That's their mother, granted. But we all do have that same purpose. We are the womb that borns them. So we all do the same stuff. So if you're dating somebody or you're committed to somebody or friends with somebody, how you treat them is they don't handle their emotions like women do. So how you treat them, they're going to take that out into the world and they're going to practice that because that's the influence you had on them. So if you're a shitty bitch or a bad mom or just a whoremonger, just an emotional abusive, just a negative motherfucker, don't give the man no credit. Telling him he ain't shit. You always got a fucking complaint about something. You don't know what these people... Men are in a 24/7 war every day. So every day that they walk out the fucking house, they have to work their ass off to make it back in one piece. You don't understand that because those responsibilities are not on the women. Let's take Islam, for example. So many people frown upon Islam because they're intimidated by what has been clarified about Islam. A man, what does it say? Marry 2 or 3 or 4 women. But if you fear you can't be just, then you just marry the one person. So you think about it. If we're in an era where there's 50 women to each individual man, even if every one of those men married 4 women, that still leaves 46 women to each unique young man without a spouse, without a husband. 46 times what? Because the ratio for women to men is way more of us than it is to them. So that's 46 times however many men on average that has to dean twice as hard. Dean means religion. That means they have to be that more strict, that much more disciplined about their religion, about their connection, about their friendship with God. Because there's not enough men for every woman. Even if the man was just married to one woman, to every man have a husband. Every woman can't have a husband. So that if the men that's out there that's not gay, because so many of them are same-sex oriented, and I'm not being disrespectful to anybody who has their preference, but if they're same-sex oriented men, that excludes them. So that's that much more women without a husband. And you have to argue both sides of the fence with women who are okay with being side chicks because they don't have no man. Because there's not enough men out there. And I'm not making excuses because I don't want to be a side chick. I'm not a side chick, okay? Everybody plays the fool sometimes, but the point I'm trying to make is it's not enough men to the men to women ratio is very far. It's so many more of us than it is them. So if you showing up when you finally do connect with somebody and you don't have your shit together and you a nagging bitch and you don't want to give up that pussy and you want to be like, no, don't want to give the man no credit, you fucking it up for the next person who is doing their shadow work, who is training themselves to be the best possible example they can be. Even if you're a mother and you got all sons or a son, just one son, if you raise him right, that makes a world of difference, because at least he can at least help up to 4 women out the hellfire, because the hellfire is 95% of it is women. And the reason why is because they're ungrateful to their husbands. They don't give them their fucking credit, or they complain or something negative in the book, and it's written like that. If you want to go study it, I challenge you to do it. It's facts. And then you got the group of women like me who has been married before. I'm going to tell a little bit of my personal business. I'm eccentric RockStar'Seed, but my Muslim attribute is Khadijah. Dig. So what does that mean? I've been married before. I have children. I gave birth to 4 children. One of them passed away. The one daughter I had passed away. That was my 3rd child. So naturally, when you go through that, you watch your child be born, you also witness your child leave. Mentally, you're not prepared for that. You only prepare for the generation before you, not the generation after you. It's just the way, I don't understand it. It's just as natural to bury your children as it is to bury your grandmother or your parents. We could deal with that because they're older. You dig what I'm saying? But when it's your child, you carried it, you're emotionally connected with it, you are not prepared if you lose that baby after they're born. Even if you miscarry before they're born. You dig what I'm saying? Like, my child had a whole personality. You dig what I'm saying? That was my one daughter. She looked everything like me, but her personality was everything like her father. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want to get too sentimental about it. I'm not trying to take the conversation to the left, but I have to make my point. Okay? I have 3 sons. And I take it very serious. What you don't understand, women, so many women, is that our husbands and our children, whether you have daughters or sons, they're loans to us from God. So what does that mean? It's like if you get a loan on a car or a house, to buy a house or a car, you're going to pay interest on that house and that car if you don't have the money to just buy it all free and clear. They make their money off of interest. The same concept is if you have a husband or a child or children, they are loans to you from God. So you gotta, the best intention, if to put your best foot forward in that scenario is to return them back to God better than what He gave them to you, to the best of your ability. It's not the deeds itself that you're getting judged for, but rather the intention behind the deed of what you're being judged for. Make sure you treat them boys right. It's very important to me. It's everything to me. When I was married, I'm divorced now. I've been divorced for almost 10 years. Okay? That shadow work is fucking painful, but you have to do it to move forward, or you're going to show up as a bad mother to these men and your children. So it's very important that you make sure they're emotionally available. How they get that support is from a good mom or a stable mom to the best of your ability. We know there's no rule book to parenting. I get it. But it is an etiquette and a rule or a structure and discipline on how to be a good spouse for a man and a woman. But there's also just you having that structure and discipline, just you doing the best that you can. You realize so much of how we raise our families is based off of how we were raised or what we deal with. So in my case, I was raised by my father without my mother because she had a substance problem. It is what it is. Both of them did. But my father pulled his shit together 2 weeks before I turned 10 years old. And it's just been me and him and my sister. He had other kids, but it is what it is. Me and my sister were the only two that didn't have our mom. So we had a lot of stepmothers. It's the truth. We did. However, for a long time I didn't trust women. And I didn't realize it was because I didn't have my mom. But I love my mother. You couldn't, that was my biggest desire, was to be with my mom. I had all these fantasies that we would just have the time of our life together. So when I finally reconnected with her in my 20s, I couldn't sit next to her for more than 20 minutes. And I didn't understand why at first. It would just freak me out. I would find a reason to leave. And I just wouldn't talk to her for a while. But, after all that anticipation of meeting her and being around her, I got to hug and kiss her and all that, but I couldn't tolerate being around her because I wasn't used to it. You realize she left when I was a baby. And I was a twin too, you guys. I was a twin. I was born a twin. My twin passed away too. It's okay. Everybody go through stuff. Shadow work is hard and it's painful. I didn't trust women. Most of my friends are men. And that probably correlates with not having my mom around and just having my dad around. Like, for example, when he had fight parties, when there's a big fight on pay-per-view, like Mayweather, for example, I wouldn't sit with the women in the kitchen gossiping. They doing their own thing, doing women shit and cooking and stuff. I would sit with my dad and all my uncles and watch that fight. That's just what I was into. And I was just very close with my father because that's who I got my emotional support from. So that shadow work is very painful to really heal. That kind of shit, that's a hell of a thing to have to go through. Most people don't have their dad. I was a person who didn't have her mom. So I say all that to tell you guys that if you don't do that shadow work, you kind of a bad example. So when you try to go out there and get married, I wasn't healed enough when I got married. I got married in my 20s. But I was also judging how I grew up. I wanted my kids to have a 2-parent household, but I wasn't healed. So really my ex-husband was a trauma bond because I didn't realize, even though his parents was married, he suffered from emotional abuse too. So we were trauma bonded. And I'm a single parent today to my children. And I like it like that in a sense where I'm very independent. All that taught me how to stand on my own 2 feet. It made me tough. But I don't want to show, how I show up in my relationships is not like a masculine. But when it's all said and done, I do show up in life as a masculine energy. You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm taking accountability over all my actions and my decision making. So initially, I didn't realize I was trauma bonding with my ex-husband and the father of my children. It took a lot of shadow work. It hurts to do that shit. It took for me to lose my daughter to really stop playing around and do that shadow work. So I spent the past 10 years doing that shadow work. It hurts to do that shit, y'all, but you have to do it. So now, if I decide I want to get serious about a man, yes, factors you got to be considering because I have children. So that's not their father. Whoever I choose to get serious with better love my children, as well as me. And I would love, just like they expect me to love their children, as much as I love them. and love the mother too, because that is their mother. You don't want to traumatize a child like that and make differences between the parents. It don't go like that in real life. If you're a real man or a real woman, you're not going to make differences. You're going to accept everybody. You're going to set boundaries, but you're going to accept everybody. You're not going to fuck around like that. So, Virgo, for whatever reason, I had to explain all that in your reading. But it's very important, and it's knowledgeable, and it's relatable. Because people go through shit in life. We as women, if we are not healed, we show up as bad mother figures to our men. So if we treat them like shit because our shit ain't together, they go out and reiterate that into the real world because they don't handle their emotions like we do. So if your masculine is fucking up, it's because he got a lot of shadow work to do, and I don't think it stops with his parents. He had bad relationships too. We all do. But when you do that shadow work, you realize why you're attracting these people in the first place, and it helps. So you could have been showing up to your masculine as an empath, as somebody who's compassionate. But that come with codependencies too when you're not careful. You want to help everybody. Just like the person who want to use you for all your resources. They're all trauma bonds when you don't have balance, when you're not careful. So your husband to be or wife to be, Virgo, let them do their shadow work. It takes time. You can't put a time limit on healing. You don't have to go with nobody else, but you ain't got to stop your life neither. Okay? Or for Virgo, if you need to do that shadow work, do it because your person really is in love with you. And I know that you're in love with your person too, because these cards is amplifying, expanding on what I'm intuitively picking up on. Whether it's a twin flame dynamic, if you even get into that, or just a soulmate. If you can understand it from a soulmate perspective, that's fair enough. You know that's your person. You know that God is talking to you when y'all interact with each other, but you don't want to disrespect each other, so you keep your distance while you work through things. And that's respectful as well, because that's really your friend. So love that person. Don't be mad at that person because that person can't be there for you. Or in Virgo sense, try to be understanding or be patient with the person if they get upset with you because you can't be there for them. Alright, Virgo. I have my romance cards too. That was the last deck I'm going to use to pull all this together. Because I love y'all. And Virgo, you love your person too. You want to... I talk a lot about sex, and I was raunchy, and I was vibrant, and I was raw, but I was real. What I say? Soulmate. Yes, that is your soulmate. What's on the bottom? Release your ex. All that. What did I just say? If you show up, and for women, if you know that you got issues, don't go out there and misuse these men and use your pussy to get these men, or just use money to pull these men in, or use your children to fuck these men. Like, stop that. Stop it. Because they have a hard time getting over it when they give in to you. They may think they pussy whip, but really it's just trauma bond. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And that could be why y'all are apart, because y'all got some shadow work to do. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Y'all so happy. It's like, it kind of, what's frustrating is like we're so happy together. Like when we together, we together. But when I need space, I need space. And sometimes it's hard because you're really in love with each other. You don't want to be away from each other, but you're not codependent like that. Sometimes it could be a religion. You dig what I'm saying? But you gotta have those. It's like once y'all separate to come back together, you have those heart-to-heart conversations. You know, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I feel like y'all did. You dig what I'm saying? And playfulness. Like y'all, like two kids, like two love-struck teenagers. I feel like that with the playful card. You know what I'm saying? To recapture your romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to, you know, to have fun. Don't deprive yourself. Forgiveness and learning. If you had a shitty parent or shitty upbringings, like play Young Dolph, Black Queen. He's talking about his mom and his dad. It's on his album. What is the album? Fuck. What is the album? It's called Black Queen. You could look it up. The name of the song is called Black Queen. He's talking about my mom was on drugs, my dad was on drugs, but I ain't tripping. I grew up hard. I had humble beginnings, but I ain't tripping because I'm a star. Okay? As you release and heal the past, your presence become your experience of, what to say? You experience more love in your present moments. Yeah, you do. And unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Only when you're an unvibrational match, meaning you still hung up on the past, I'm still mad at my parents, or I'm still mad at my ex. You and your ex is the one that got the unrequited love, and you have a hard time moving past that. That's not the chemistry you have with your person, the person you have now, the person you're not talking to now, the person who's an empress and you're an emperor now. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that is your person, your Two of Cups. Okay? You got to admit it. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay? With the Emperor in reverse. If it's you or your person at Two of Cups, they're going to come back and humble themselves. You dig? Virgo, it's going to be okay. Okay? Y'all love each other, and that's what counts. And what you may not trust that this person is not going to continue to see other options. Just like your person is not going to may not trust that you may not cut them off every time they show any sign of flaw or maybe having a low vibrational moment or weakness. You know, that judgmental shit, whether it's you or your person. All you can know is that your love won't allow y'all to fuck this up in the long run. You may got to go through that shit now. It's okay to put somebody on ice while you work on yourself, as long as that's what you're doing. But if you're doing that reverse psychology shit, that low vibrational shit, you're going to lose your person. Try to make your person chase you. Which I don't get that that's you or your person. I just feel like y'all is so overwhelming. It's already enough that this connection is intense as it is. And y'all passionate about each other. And y'all all over each other like that. Even if it's just energetic where y'all don't get a chance to see each other every day or talk to each other every day. One of y'all could already have a connection with somebody else, and it really forbids y'all to really see your relationship in its full potential. Okay? All you can know is that y'all love each other, and the friendship, the foundation of y'all love is friendship based, and it won't allow y'all or allow any fuck shit. Third parties is not always a person. It could be a bullshit job or a high paying job. It could be anything. It could be accountabilities. It could be a ready-made family. That's a third party. All of it. You gotta keep an open mind when you hear the word third party. It's not always another person. Even if you fucking them hoes or you fucking on somebody or letting somebody fuck on you. You know what I'm saying? It's not, sometimes it's just that. That's our connection is fucking. We just physically attract, our gens is attracted to each other. They just want to fuck on each other. Hopefully you don't get that person pregnant because it ain't nothing but sex. A baby ain't never keep no man around, and in my case, it ain't keep no woman around. As harsh as that is, it's just the truth. I'm eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I get my eccentricities. Half of my name is a rock star, half of it is a star seed. So I know my parents very well, and I'm very sensitive about them because they're like my children. I'm very sensitive about them and protective about them, even if I don't speak to them as much as I would like to. It's because they keep themselves away. Remind you, my parents were addicts, so they go through their own changes. They got their own experiences in life, and they're my parents, and it's a commandment that protects them. Virgo, sometimes your person just needs space. You might need space, but y'all still love each other. That's what counts. So take your time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, Virgo. Until next time.